Welcome to the Flip Thinking Podcast. In this podcast, you'll listen to intimate conversations between Berthold Gunster and his guests. Together, they'll explore the guest's personal problem and try to make it feel lighter or make it disappear altogether. This can be achieved in different ways. Sometimes they can simply solve the problem, but more often than not, they'll find that they have to let go of expectations or views they hold about themselves. At other times, they can only observe the fact that there is a problem without judging it. And in some cases, they can flip think the problem.
So tell me, who are you? What's your name? And can you give me some information about who you are?
Yeah, sure thing. My name is Jochem. Quite difficult to pronounce, I guess, for foreigners.
Jochem. Yeah, my middle son, he's called Jochem too. And for Americans or English people, this is quite impossible to pronounce, right?
Yeah,
Jochem.
Yeah. Usually becomes Johan or Joachim. So that's in Hebrew. So.
But we in Holland, we can say Jochem.
We can say Jochem. Yeah, the sound is
Jochem
familiar.
is in the house.
Yeah.
So do you have an age or a life or a background?
Yeah, 27 years old. I live in Amstelveen with my girlfriend. No kids, no dogs, nothing else.
But enough love, I hope.
A lot, yeah, enough love.
Okay.
More than sufficient, yeah.
This is not a topic.
No, that's not the topic we're talking about.
Do you have a kind of job or...
Yeah, I'm an accountant. So I do like it a lot. So yeah, that's occupying most of my working time.
Yeah.
Which is usually more than 40 hours if people know the sector.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one important hobby for myself, which is sports, fitness.
Yeah.
Taking up a lot of time and interest of mine.
I presume you take care of your food too?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But this is all not the topic why you are here, I presume.
That's correct.
Why are you here? What's your problem? What's your question?
Well, it actually involves my whole life and
whole
like
life, which is 27 years.
Yeah, so. Well, I mean more like what I stand for and what I'm like. So the issue I'm encountering is that like, if I have a goal, I have a certain plan in mind, and I will do everything to execute this plan into perfection.
And to achieve the goal.
Exactly.
Imperfection, you said.
Imperfection.
Okay.
Yeah. So like everything I plan, it has a reason why I do certain things that way. And I want to achieve it that way because I think it's the most effective, most efficient way. That also means
I'm getting already a little bit tired now.
Yeah, which means that you're getting a bit inflexible. And that affects other people sometimes because obviously, you consider other people's interests, other people's needs, etc. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't work that way. And then you...
Inflexibility and becoming egocentric, is that the issue?
That's, for me, at the moment, not necessarily the issue, because I think the people around me know me well and they know how I am. But the thing is that I foresee it's becoming an issue because
more and more and more.
You will also say no to certain things or keep people out or for whatever reason, just go your own plan and then just miss out on certain experiences that I have the feeling or I'm afraid that in some years' time or maybe on my deathbed, I don't know, I will think back and think, what an idiot I was.
Yeah.
I missed out on everything.
Because everything had to go according to my plans and my ways of doing things.
Yeah, so you start thinking like, what if I wasn't so inflexible? What if I took care of other people's needs and didn't put mine?
To interrupt you, in a way it's clear, but in a way it's very vague too. Yeah. So I have a question for you. Can you give an example in a certain project or certain ambition that you think that you were inflexible? Yeah. So give me an example, if you can.
Okay, so for example, very easy example. My girlfriend proposes to have dinner together, but obviously I'm into the fitness lifestyle and I have my own diet plan ready. And then I tell her, yeah, we can have dinner together, but I'll eat my own stuff, which is obviously going to impair the dinner because it's going to be less fun. You don't cook together, you don't have a glass of wine together, and it might affect the relationship. And then obviously she's going to be a bit sad because,
This is what happens. What happens.
Yeah.
Do you have the same schedule for eating and diet every day?
Well, I mean, there is some difference in it, but I decide about the difference. And it's based on my planning for that day. So, for example, today I take food with me and I try to eat it like around the times I'm not busy. Yeah. But it's food that I can easily take with me. Yeah. And it also means that I'm going to be home late tonight. other people would just think, okay, I'll just eat later with my girlfriend.
No, but you don't. You don't.
I don't.
You have your schedules, your schemes, and you stick to the plan.
Exactly. Stick to the plan.
Well, stick to the plan. So your girlfriend proposes that she makes a dinner, right?
Yeah.
And how do you manage both as well, your wishes as her wishes? Do you?
Well, she just makes her own thing, and then she accepts it from me. And I'm afraid that at some point there's going to be a limit to that acceptance.
But this point isn't yet reached.
It hasn't been achieved yet. No.
And
Luckily,
luckily, and I presume that you check with her if she's fine with your wishes, right?
Yeah.
And you
sometimes
do, right? You do.
I do. And sometimes we do eat together, but then like sometimes she wants to put in a certain ingredient, for example, avocado, and I can't have it in my schedule because it doesn't fit. And then like,
but then it becomes a side dish, I presume.
Or she just leaves it out completely.
Yeah. But she's fine with that.
Up till now, yeah.
Okay. A great part of your problem is an assumption how the future might be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I remember for now. Maybe we'll be back on that later. Can you give me a second example?
Well, another one is for example, which is a couple of years back, and I had an exam on a Saturday, and my father's birthday fell on a Friday, and he celebrated it on that Friday night. But I had an exam on Saturday, 11 a.m., something like that.
Yeah,
it was an extracurricular subject, and I mean it hit my interest, so I liked it. But let's just say like it was Friday night, and if I didn't study, I would pass.
So you were able to visit your father on Friday.
I could have just joined the party.
Yeah.
Because I was still, at that time, I was still living with my parents. This is quite a lot of years back. But I decided to actually study that evening because I didn't think it was sufficient just to pass. I wanted like an A.
Right.
And then you just pass on the fun. You just come down for like a little drink, 5 minutes, and then you go up again to study. And then I took the exam, and obviously I passed with flying colors. But if I wouldn't have studied, I would still have passed with a nice grade, and everyone would be happy. And I wouldn't even think about the grade anymore, like 2 weeks later or a month or even now.
So the question is also, why do I have to do things as good as I aim for?
Yeah, because I mean, I just set a goal for myself, and I just want to do it. I just want to do everything in my power to reach that goal.
Right.
Into perfection.
Right. So the question just to check, how nice was this Friday evening? Was it a party you really wanted to be? Because I presume this wasn't a big festivity.
It would have been fun, but it wouldn't, like, if I would have been sick, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it was not something you wanted to be ambitiously or whatever.
Yeah, no.
You just wanted to be there, but it wasn't a live thing.
But on the other hand, I know it means a lot to my parents, for example, and the people there that I would have been present. And that's also what matters.
But you were there and had a drink and you visit them, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes. I just came down for the drink and I was like, hey guys, sorry, I got to study.
But you passed with flying colors.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was really happy with that, of course. But maybe I would have been happier if I would have joined. And I'm afraid that those decisions will in the end haunt me because I let down people.
Right.
And
I see. Before we are jumping to conclusions, because the picture becomes more and more clear for me now, but before jumping to conclusions, do you have a third example?
Well, I can also be like very direct and annoyed, and if things do not go according to my plan, so that there comes the inflexibility again.
And you are frustrated in your ambitions, and your results might be threatened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the thing is then that obviously things cannot always go to plan.
I know. Tell me.
And that's objectively thinking, okay, obviously you plan ahead and then, well, maybe 50% goes according to plan and then that's still
that's positive. A lot. That's a lot.
So you'll have to like adjust along the way.
Yeah.
But it's just that the people that are closest to me will
they will
accept
suffer.
The most.
They will suffer. They have to be flexible for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you think they suffer, right?
Well, yeah, in some way, yeah. And then I think like, okay, but in the end, it doesn't matter because you'll find a new solution and you'll get there to the goal in the end. But it's just really frustrating that your plan doesn't go to according to how you want it because you thought that was the perfect way to achieve it, and someone else is standing in the way. It's so ruining your plan.
Your assumption about yourself is that you are quite rigid, as well as your results, as the way how to achieve them. As
exactly.
the methods to become there. Yeah. So can you tell me something more about this? How does this work in your brain? What is it with you and results and achieving what you want? And
well, I mean,
being very maybe rigid in this. Yeah.
I think it comes back from my youth. So what happened was during primary school, I skipped a class, and then you have no social connection, obviously, with the people in that class. And at first you are very interesting because you're the new kid on the block and etc. But then at some point you're just the youngest in the class and you're an easy target, of course. And then they'll tell you, you can't do this. So this thing like, okay, you skipped the class, but you're not smart enough. You can't do this.
Prove it.
Exactly. So it's the whole thing about, okay, you need to prove yourself. And that has been there ever since. And it always is. And that period of time taught me like, okay, you have to do it on your own and your way, because nobody's going to help you. You have to prove it, achieve it.
And if you achieve your goals, then it's fine.
Yeah.
And then you have proven yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
For yourself and the world around you.
Exactly. Also the thing like, okay, nobody can stand in your way to achieve it, because it felt to me like they were standing in my way to achieve it. And yeah, I think that just stuck along the way. And then every goal you set yourself, you don't want other people to interfere with it.
Right. This gives you an enormous amount of self-control.
Yeah.
You are in control. You set a goal. You make up the method.
Yeah.
You are ambitious in reaching that goal. You reach a goal and life is a big success. Hooray.
Yeah.
This is your success story about life.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations with it.
I mean, the rigidness, I can give you another example.
Yeah, please. I like examples. Yeah.
Before I went on holiday recently, I did bodybuilding prep, and that is...
Bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it was...
Low fat percentage.
Yeah.
A lot of discipline, becoming angry, annoyed.
It was I think it was mentally and physically the most challenging thing. But like looking back on it, right now, I think, okay, if I can do this, then I can do anything, because it asks so much of your discipline.
I know. I haven't been there. I've been close there. Yeah, I've been training also to get a very low fat percentage. Yeah. But the more you get into shape, the harder it becomes.
Yes.
And the effect of a lot of effort is
marginally
nil,
exactly.
right? So this sucks a lot of energy out of your life to be ambitious in this field. But you did.
I did.
Did you compete or did you go to?
Yeah. So I mean, there was no official competition, so I did like a photo shoot, and I mean, it was amazing. Well, let's just say it was awful up till the point of the photo shoot. Of course,
the photo was great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But the way to get the photo was a disaster.
That was awful. But yeah, I mean, you get there. I didn't cheat, nothing, etc. So I got below 2% body fat. It was insane.
2%?
Yeah,
2%.
It was insane, and in the end, you look back on it.
For those who are listening, this is very low. Yeah. 2% is...
yeah, you can't maintain it. It's just like only that moment.
Yeah.
So the moment you start eating again, your body just accumulates fat as like a sponge.
As it should.
Yeah, exactly.
Bodies need fat.
No, definitely.
Not too much, but the right amount. The optimum. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
How long ago was this? How long ago?
Right before my holiday, so like 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
2 weeks? Oh, so it's very recent, everything.
Yeah. But I mean, in order to get there was a rigid approach. And I mean, especially on that kind of level, everything that messes with your plan messes with the end.
Right.
And the end goal. And
it's a very subtle, detailed process.
Yeah. So obviously my girlfriend and everyone around me, my friends, everyone suffered, because I mean, it got up to the point that friends of mine
getting tired
they
now
came to
listening
visit.
to you.
I showed them my new home. But then after an hour and 15 minutes, I told them, hey guys, sorry, I got to go to the gym because I need to do my second cardio session and you have to leave.
Now, Jochem, you have convinced me.
I have a
you
problem.
suffer from a sick method. Yeah. We have a problem here, right?
Okay, great.
Okay. And we have a very great achievement, because you are really capable. You have made yourself capable during your life, starting at school, being able to set goals and be ambitious, which is a great thing to master. Yeah. So congratulations with the ability to do this. But now I'm trying to help you to be free, that you can choose either to follow a plan and stick to it, or either let it go and be flexible, because this is what you want, right?
Yeah.
This is a good summary?
Yeah, so maybe the last thing, like up till now, I didn't experience it as a problem, but I'm foreseeing it will become a problem, and I will definitely...
I do. You have convinced me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you have. Though the question is, how can this be capacity that you can choose to implement in your life, being ambitious, etc., and stick to plans, which is very good, very good. But how can you be free of it, that if you don't want to do so, that you are able to do so? And this is where I think you might have a slight problem. Yeah?
Yeah.
Slight problem. I'm cautious with my words until now. So I have a question for you. What would it mean to you if you have a plan, a very clear goal, a very ambitious method, a very ambitious plan, very detailed, which all is on paper very neatly worked out, but then you drop out of your schedule, you let your ambition go? What would this mean for you?
Failure.
Oh, this comes out easily.
Yeah.
Failure. Well, this is a big word, Jochem.
Yeah.
Failure.
I know, but it
so
feels
you are
like
a failure if you don't stuck to the plan.
I mean, you set yourself a goal, and then I'm a man of my words. So if I tell myself, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, because it was a clear decision. I had my arguments for it. I want to achieve it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say no matter the cost, but that's how it feels.
Because if you don't do so, then not only the project fails, but you as a person are a failure.
Yeah, because I haven't shown the discipline. Like I haven't shown I can do it.
Jochem, you have a big problem. Yeah. So am I right that in essence your self-image is that you are in essence a failure? But by achieving goals, by setting goals, by sticking to the plan, you can prove yourself to be a success.
Yeah.
Now and then, because if the project doesn't succeed, then you are a failure again.
Yeah.
So all the time there's this voice in your head that tells you you are a failure unless you prove yourself to be successful.
Yeah. Because I mean, in general, like being here, for example, I'm confident enough, and like, let's say I get nothing out of this. Well, okay, then that's that, right? It's just really on certain things that you set yourself a goal, and then I'm like, okay, I need to achieve this to prove myself. And
you don't have the freedom to let a plan go without a good reason, because then you are a failure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because I can't just get up and think, okay, no, today I don't feel like it. No, that's not how it works. If you don't feel like it, well, then that's your problem. You got to deal with it.
Yeah,
There's
but
discipline.
maybe your body tells you it's enough for today. It's not good to train today. You have to take your rest. And this is difficult for you.
Well, I know
unless
what
you
you're
have a
getting
very
at.
good plan, that rest helps.
Exactly.
Then
exactly.
it works, right?
Yeah. I mean, but if I would wake up and think, okay, so each day I wake up at like 5 a.m, because I go to the gym first before I go to work. Let's say I wake up and I think like, oh, I don't really feel like it. And I mean, those days exist. I have them too. But there has never been a day that I did not get up and did not go to the gym and did not do my thing. Because I mean, discipline is what brings me the result in the end.
If you want results,
Yeah.
and if there's room in your life to get results, achieve results, and not a girlfriend who wants to have a nice dinner with you because this interferes with your plans, right?
Yeah, because I mean, like at 9 o'clock, I would tell her, okay, dinner is over because I got to go to bed because the alarm goes off at 5.
Sleep, train.
Yeah.
So, well, Jochem, the problem is not that your projects now and then might fail, but that you can't allow this in your life, because then you are remembered that you are in essence a failure.
Yeah.
Just to check it, right? You enter the door. And I was thinking to myself, oh, there's a failure too. He's dressed nice and he talks nice, but this is a failure. You're looking a little bit amazed to me now, which is exactly what I hope for. How does this feel? Does this feel a little bit uncomfortable?
Well, to be honest, I can't believe it. It just, like, no, that cannot be
Jochem,
true.
I see through you.
Yeah.
I know you are a failure. You dress and you act as if you are a success. You are very ambitious and you stick to plans. And you can prove to me a lot often that you are a success. But I know you. I know you, Jochem.
I'm a true failure.
You're a true failure, yeah. How does this feel when you are listening to these words?
I think I'm even beyond the point that I would think that other people think I'm a failure, just because I know I can prove them wrong by having the discipline and doing all the things.
Yeah, but I tell you, this is what you know, and you are right. I agree. Your logic thinking tells you this is nonsense, what I say, right? But I'm not addressing to your logic thinking now by saying you are a failure. I'm addressing to your more emotional experience. As you told me as a child, you have proven yourself and your classmates that you can achieve things in life, and you have made a success formula out of this. Mm-hmm. But it's my assumption that you haven't chosen this in freedom, but as a necessity to prove yourself that you can be a success.
maybe you're right. And I don't know. It's difficult for me to connect with the emotional part. I think I just shut it off some time ago.
That's okay. We are here, and we can open the door there. Yeah. I presume that if a project stops, that you just can say to yourself, "Well, this project fails, but I fail." Right? This is how it feels.
Yeah.
If I don't get up in the morning, I fail.
Yeah. That's how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can you take a closer look to this assumption about yourself? Is this a fact? Do you fail as a person?
Yeah, if you don't have a clear reason, then yes.
The reason is that you don't want it, you don't like it, you just don't know why, but you just don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, that's not a valid
reason. I feel a lot of hesitation here.
Yeah.
And stubbornness too. To my assumption, this stubbornness is based on the fact that you won't allow yourself such an experience because this makes you feel that you are a failure in this time.
It would make me...
You don't have the freedom to choose not to do things, except you have a very good reason, but these are successful people with good reasons. You don't want to be a failure. That's the problem.
It will make me unhappy. For example, if you would look back on your life for a year from now, and then you come to the conclusion, okay, I didn't improve in any aspect of my life. I don't think there will be anything that would make me less happy than that.
Yeah, but the problem is not that it's okay to improve. It's nice to improve and to learn and to grow and to become more and more competent about a lot of things. That's nice about life, that you can develop, but you have to develop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not an opportunity, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
And it is a necessity, to my assumption, because you have to prove yourself every day that you are not a failure. And this is what you do day in, day out.
What else could it be? Okay, so now we're working with the assumption that I think in my mind, somewhere deep down, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Yeah.
But what else could it be?
Nothing else. This is the problem. I think we've got the core. Yeah, I'm convinced we've got the core. Which is absurd because you know with your brain that the last one of all the people you know, I presume, is a failure because you have proven yourself that you can be successful in a lot of projects. But this whole problem is not about what you do. It's about who you think that you are.
Yeah.
And you cannot make an identity. You cannot prove yourself, well, now I'm a success. I can do things. That's ready for now. What's the next project in my life? No. Because an identity is never really achieved. It's something that always moves around who you are. And what you can do, this is clear. Some things fail. Sometimes things go along very well. But an identity is never finished.
No.
So how is it for you now?
It's just difficult to
grasp.
Yeah. Because I see what you're getting at. In essence, you feel internally you are a failure if you don't do the things like you set yourself and
a goal and achieve the goal and be very disciplined in it.
Even if you don't have a good reason, you think it's not a good reason. For others, it could be a good reason, of course, like not wanting to. Because I think also because I've never experienced that moment.
What moment?
Well, that I would give in to this. Okay, I don't want to. I won't do it.
Yeah.
So
until now, the formula worked.
Yeah. So well, maybe I should just try one day to wake up and think, if I think, I really don't feel like it, and then don't do it.
If this is really what you want, right? You don't have to examine if you are able, because then the system is copying itself on a deeper level. Now you want to be successful in being not successful, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. So you see how deep
on
the
a
problem
deeper level,
goes.
the problem is repeating itself.
Yeah.
The essence is that things in life are a success or not. Some things go along well, some things don't work along well. Sometimes in life you want to change plans. And when there's a child, suddenly life changes. As I say, as expected, we always got the unexpected. Life happens to you in a way, and you can make plans too in the same time. But you don't have the freedom to say, I don't want to do this project anymore. I just don't like it. I don't want it. I stop, because you have to prove yourself that you are a success instead of prove that the projects are a success in itself, which is fine. It's nice to be ambitious. It's nice to have success. But for you, it's not a freedom. It's a necessity. Yeah. You have to be successful. Otherwise, you experience yourself as a failure, right? That's the pattern.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, I agree.
I'm not imposing a theory on you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I would feel myself a failure if I would just, like, without clear reason, stop with something.
A very good reason for stopping things is I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me pleasure anymore.
Like, even reading a book.
It bores me. You have to finish books, right?
Yeah.
Sure, of course. Some books are very stupid or bored written, or there's no real message in it. So why finish a book? Because people who don't finish books are failures in your world, right?
Yeah.
Some books are failures. Throw them away. My books are. No, that's a joke. But this is, you start recognizing the pattern also on other fields, like finishing a book, because then you can tell yourself how successful you have read a book, right?
Yeah. Even like with cleaning up, for example, the kitchen. Like, if I start cleaning up the kitchen, it has to be done fully.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
I feel so sorry for your wife.
Yeah.
And
I do
your
too.
parents too, everybody. Yeah.
Well, I've apologized for many times already.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I do recognize when I'm being too rigid. Because
But you can't let go of being rigid.
Exactly.
No, this is why you are here.
Yeah.
So now I have a magical question for you. Imagine that I were God, right? Or whatever supreme creature you believe in. Yeah, I am a supreme creature, which I am. But imagine, right? I am. And I'm coming on Earth, and I'm telling you, Jochem, you did a wonderful life, 27 years, right? And you always wanted to prove yourself that you are not a failure, but a success. I have good news for you. You are. You are a success for the rest of your life. You don't have to prove nobody else, not yourself, that you can succeed in things, because you did, and this is ready. You can have a free life from now on. Choose whatever you want to do. If you want to finish them, that's fine for me. If you don't want to finish them, that's fine for me too. But you don't have to prove yourself to be successful anymore, because you are. This part in life is ready. It's accomplished. You are finished. Well done. So imagine, right? This happens. So what the next day, how would you arrange your life from then on? You don't have to prove anything anymore. Can you embrace another idea how to build your life, so to say?
Well, first of all, I think I would throw away about 10 books or something like that.
You don't want to read?
I don't want to read.
Right.
Although there are also things that I would still be doing because I enjoy them a lot. So, for example, getting up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym.
Which you like in itself.
Yeah.
Well, keep on doing this, but you don't have to prove yourself anymore because you are a success, because you already did, right?
Yeah.
This is ready. Okay, you still go up in the morning. That's fine. Apart from what you would say from now on and the books you won't read, how does it feel? How does it feel?
Free. Yeah, like you don't impose like a certain pressure on yourself to do things you might not like.
Yeah. You may put pressure on yourself. You are free to do so. And it's nice in life to have pressure, to have goals, to be rigid. That's nice. Don't change this. But hopefully it's a free choice from now on.
Yeah. So how do I cope with, like, if it would still be a rational choice to be this rigid, huh?
Yeah.
And then it would still be a choice to get a plan, and then probably other people will make sure that the plans don't work out as planned. How do I cope with my rigid behavior towards them? So, because I'm still afraid that in some years' time, I will look back and think, okay, what did I do it all for? And now I throw away all these nice people.
Hopefully this conversation is a turning point, because hopefully from now on, every time you set yourself a goal and have a very rigid plan, you ask yourself the question, am I doing this because this is what I want, out of fun, of pleasure, or ambition, or because I just like the success in itself? There's nothing wrong with being successful and rigid or whatever. Is this a free choice? Or do I feel obliged to myself to reach the goal? Because if I don't reach the goal, I experience myself as a failure. I presume that from now on, I predict that from now on, every time you set yourself a goal or you make a schedule for yourself, this bulb, this light turns on, and this question is in your head, is this a free choice? Or do I have to do so? And if the answer is, I have to do so, then you can let go in the same moment, because you don't have to do so, because you don't have to prove yourself to be a success anymore because you were just told by a supreme creature that this is not a topic in your life anymore.
You're sure you don't have a problem?
Yeah.
No, okay, but that really helps actually.
How does it sound?
No, that really helps that thought. Just by every decision that you come across, or every goal you might set yourself, is just to think, okay, am I setting this goal to myself because I want to prove I am a success?
I am disciplined. I can reach goals.
I can do this. It's like a challenge, but just
no
for
gain,
the
no
challenge.
pain. I can carry pain.
Yeah. Or is it something that I really want myself?
If you don't want to read a book, just throw it away.
Yeah.
This is one of the best examples you gave me in this conversation, where you do things which you really don't want to do, but only do because you prove yourself things. Yeah. It's in the small things that it becomes ironic, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, because a funny thing actually, because we're getting a new garbage bin tonight, so I'm gonna fill it up with books,
with stuff, with a lot of stupid stuff.
A lot of stupid stuff, yeah. Which is
and
also
if you doubt, put it on a shell. Maybe you'll read it. Nothing wrong with maybe you read it. Maybe you read it the rest of your life and never do. But it's an opportunity, not a necessity on a shell.
There's actually a funny story about the garbage bin, because I went out for dinner with my parents and my girlfriend, and we were talking about garbage bins. And right in the middle of the dinner, I just ordered the new garbage bin because we saw a nice one, which was which had an action like a price reduction. And just during the dinner, then I order it. It's that rigid, right? I want to finish the task immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
But now I can think back during the dinner.
But there's also this immediately thing.
Yeah. I want to do things immediately, make it
good,
sell it
right
immediately.
Now. You can't let
same
go.
With the plans. Like if something doesn't go according to plan, I cannot wait to adjust the plan. I do it immediately. I want to have it arranged and make sure that the end goal is not compromised. Yeah.
Well, to be clear, a lot of how you arrange life is very good. As long as we see it as capacities, it's very nice to be clear in your goals, to be very specific in your methods, and to be in the here and now and act when things don't go to plan. And it's very good. This is all very good as a capacity, but not as a necessity. And hopefully from now on you are free to choose if you want to be ambitious or not.
Because ordering the bin was definitely not a necessity.
You could have waited for an hour.
Yeah.
Or maybe send yourself a note and do not more than that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it gave me a lot of insight. I think especially questioning yourself. Okay, do I really want this, or is this something that I need to prove?
Yeah. Okay. I think we are there.
Yeah.
So from now on, you are a failure and can make jokes about it, hopefully.
Exactly. I think my girlfriend will like that.
Well, a good thing, if people ask you, why don't you do this project? Then your brain says, oh, they think I'm a failure now. They see through me. Then my advice would be to make a joke about it and just answer, because I'm a failure. And they will laugh and you will laugh because this is a stupid answer. But it is what you, in essence, think. Yeah. And only by giving it words and put it into communication and dialogue, you can let go of this deep self-image of being a failure, unless you are successful.
Especially when you stop in the middle of a project and then people ask, okay, why did you stop? Because I'm a failure.
I'm a failure, yeah.
It frees me, yeah.
Yeah, it frees you, yeah. And this is what all these podcast series are about, freeing yourself of limiting convictions, and which is a difficult path. It's not that easy. No, they're deep buried inside us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I've been stuck with it for, let's say 15, now more, 17 years.
Yeah. But you're young.
Yeah.
27. Yeah. There's a lot of future.
I look a bit older though, but
yeah, you do.
It's the beard, I guess.
Thank you very much for being here. And I'm very curious how this will work out for you.
Yeah.
And if the assumption that this will free yourself will really work out in life. Yeah. We'll stay in touch.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Maybe best to call my girlfriend instead of me whether it worked out or not.
Thank you.
Do you want to flip think your own problem too? In Berthold Gunster's bestseller Flip Thinking, you will learn all about the life-changing art of turning problems into opportunities. Flip Thinking is available in England, Italy, Portugal, South Korea, United States, and soon in 17 other countries too. For info, check out flipthinking.info.